A drop cap is a desktop publishing feature that's available in Publisher and Word in a number of applications. What I'd like to do is click on the word Publisher in this text box, and from the Text Box Tools Format tab, I'm going to go to the Typography group and click the Drop Cap button. When I click the Drop Cap button, here's a gallery of drop caps, and as I roll over them, I can actually watch what it'll do to the capital P in the word Publisher. A drop cap basically emphasises the first letter, much like the stories when you were a child where once upon a time the O was really big. If I want to customise completely my drop cap, I can go into Custom Drop Cap. When I go into Custom Drop Cap, I can say the size of the letters is 4 lines high, for example, and you can see an example where it would be 4 lines high. I could make it 5 lines high, 6. The more lines high it is, the bigger the letter, but I'll take it back down to 4. I can say how many letters. It's just 1 at the moment, which is the P, but I can make it the PU, PUB, and 3 letters. So you can customize it entirely in here, but I'm going to hit cancel and just choose from the gallery because Publisher is better at desktop publishing than I am. And I'll choose that one. Okay, so let's format the text that we've got in our various boxes, and let's start with the top box. I'm going to click in the top box and press Ctrl A, and that selects all the text. What I'd like to do here is I'd like to center the text. So I'm going back to my Home tab in the ribbon. Now center is this button. We briefly looked at all the options, but now we're actually looking for specific options. So please center that text. The next thing I want to do is apply the font stencil. So I'm going to the font drop down, and I can scroll if I wish, but I might press S, and then I can scroll down to stencil. And here's my stencil font. I'm also after the font size 90, so I'm going to click my font size drop down, and I'm going to scroll down. Now I can't get 90, 72 is the largest size it'll give me. So in that case I have to type 90 and press enter. Didn't quite take it, so I'll just do that again, 90 and enter. And there's my stencil centered and 90. Also I'd like it to be bold, so I'm going to hit the B to turn the bold on. And that's my first text box formatted. What I'd like to do is click in this particular text frame, and what we need here is the font Arial, so I'm going to press Ctrl A to select all the text. Now we set it to Arial earlier, so I don't need to change that, but if you didn't set the font to Arial, the font size does have to be changed to 24, so I'm going to increase the font size. A drop cap has to be applied to the first letter in the first sentence. I've done that, but if you hadn't, you'll need to go to the Text Box Tools Format Drop Cap button and choose a drop cap while you're sitting in this sentence here. But I'm going back home. What we also need to do is to apply a yellow fill colour to this particular box. Now fill colour, what we need to do here is go to the Text Box Tools Format tab. And what we've got here is the ability to add fill colour. Actually no, this is text colour. Go to the Drawing Tools Format tab, and here you've got Shape Fill. If I hit the drop down here, I could choose a yellow of some sort. Now that's a bit bright. I don't want that bright yellow. So I'm going to go into more fill colours. And I'm going to choose a softer yellow, maybe this one. And OK. That's better. So this is the fill colour I wanted to apply. And also we want a black thin border. So the shape outline is the border. We want black. Go back into shape outline. And we want thin, which if I look at weight, 3/4 of a point is pretty thin anyway, but I could go for 1/2 a point, which is thinner. So we've got a black thin border around the outside of this text box. And we need to apply bullets or numbering to this particular middle bit of text. And so I'm going to apply bullets. So I'll take off the numbering entirely off this particular sentence. So I'm going to go to the Home tab, take off the numbering, say None, and then I'm going to select this text here and apply bullets. And this bullet here maybe. That's it. And I'll just press Enter in front of Together. I'd also like to add some numbering, but to these lines here. So I'm going to highlight these 3 lines here, and instead of bullets, I'm going to apply numbers. And just 1, 2, 3, I think will be sufficient. So we've applied numbering to here and bullets to here. I'm just thinking I might try and make that bullet bigger. So I'm going to select these 4 lines, go back to the bullets button, choose bullets and numbering, and the size is 12. I might take that size up to maybe 24, the same as the font, and that looks a little better. What I'd like to do over in this text box is to click it and press Ctrl A to select all the text. What I'd like to do is change the font from Calibri using the font drop down to Bell M2. And here it is here. If you don't happen to have the fonts that I'm referring to, just choose whatever font you think looks good. I'm going to choose the font size 36. And I want a grey fill colour. Now I'm just going to look under styles. No. A grey fill colour, what I'm going to do here is go back to the Drawing Tools Format tab in the ribbon, go to Shape Fill and choose a grey. Yeah, a grey fill colour, any grey, and this one's sufficient. Then I want to right align the text and put a black double border. Let's do the border while we're in this area of the ribbon. So Shape Outline is black, but it's a double border, so Shape Outline, and then if I go to Weight, More Lines, Style, and it's a double, maybe this style here, and OK. So that's put a black double border around the outline or the outside of that text box using the Shape Outline. The other thing I want to do is to right align this text. So I'll press Ctrl A, I'll go to the Home tab in the ribbon, and I'll click the Right Align or Align Text Right button that we've looked at earlier. And that's that text box formatted. In this next text box, I'm going to click and press Ctrl A. This is to have the font Broadway, so I'm going to change the font to Broadway. It's to have the font size 26. It's to be centered, and that's about it. And in this last text box, I'll click and press Ctrl A, and here we're going to ask for the font Times New Roman font, and press T and look for Times New Roman. The font Times New Roman, the font size 36, a yellow fill, left align, and a black thick border. Alright, left align is already applied. So now I'm going to go to my Drawing Tools Format tab in the ribbon. I'm going for my Shape Fill, and here we're looking for a yellow fill. So I might go for that soft yellow I used earlier, or even a different colour. I might actually choose a different colour, maybe this violet. Choose a fill colour and choose a black thick border. So that's outline. Choose black, go back to outline, go to weight, and we're looking for a thick one. So maybe 3 points. So we've formatted our text using the various options in the Home and in the Font group, and the Home and the Paragraph group. But we've also delved into the Drawing Tools Format area to play with the Shape Fill and the Shape Outline. But there's all sorts of styles that you can quickly apply to any given text box just by resting over these various options and ultimately clicking on one of them. But I'm just going to leave it as is. Now I'd like to save my changes. So on my Quick Access toolbar, I'm going to hit the Save button. and that just saves all the changes I've made to brochure.